Okay, so welcome to our mentor call. This is for the 19th, June 19th. And today, I'm super excited. We are going to talk about conversation flow, okay? You guys have been doing this for 2 weeks. You guys, I've seen a lot of improvement like in your confidence and your consistency. Some of you have already sold challenge packs. Some of you have not. And so I wanted to address conversation flow because I feel like this is where new coaches get stuck. This is where new coaches get like overwhelmed. They overthink. They worry they're going to say the wrong thing. And so I really want to address how you can understand how to navigate conversations, because this is the key piece, you guys. Like, we could both talk to the same person, and I have 100% confidence that I could get them to see the value of this, where you may doubt and hesitate and feel like there's no way they're going to go for the price, or they may even price object when you describe it versus think I'm offering them a better deal. And it's all comes down to my belief in what we have to offer. Okay. So my confidence is so big that honestly, I don't feel like anybody could give me an objection I can't rebut. Okay. That comes with time. That comes with experience, but there is a way for you guys to understand how to do that. And we're going to go through this exercise. But first, I want you guys to come at me with objections. Okay. Tell me something and I would tell you how I would rebut that. Okay. So I also will cover my conversation flow so you guys can see how I do it. I don't necessarily have a script because I voice text a lot, okay? I love voice texting because I can say a lot in a little amount of time, where if I were to type that out, it would be like 8 miles long. They can also see my confidence because they can hear it in my voice, okay? So I voice text, but I will let you guys know my flow. But I want to know from you guys, what are some objections you guys are getting right now? And pause. Before I tell you how I would do it, I want you to tell me what you're saying back to them. Ready, set, go. Someone. Because I know you're having conversations. Thank you.
Can we just unmute?
Yes, you're unmuted.
Okay, that's good?
Yep, you're good.
All right. So mine was just a lot with not being able to afford the supplements is what they say. They
Okay.
Do it monthly.
Okay, so tell me what your rebuttal for that is.
Well, this month I've been telling them about like the $20 off, and then that they're basically going to be getting it, like it's replacing a meal. So all that money that they would be paying for groceries is basically what they're getting there.
Perfect. Okay, so that is something I would say. Here's what I would have said or do say to people. Supplements are the one thing that people object the most in the challenge pack. They value the nutrition, they value the workouts, but you get to the supplements like, I don't need a protein shake. I don't need a meal replacement shake. I'm not a shake person. Okay, here's the thing. No matter what they say of the equation of a challenge pack, a fitness program, a nutrition plan, or the supplements, no matter which piece they say they don't want, they're getting it free. Okay, do you guys understand how discounted challenge packs are? Literally, if you were to add up everything individually, on demand's $100, the nutrition plan's $120, Shakeology is $130. So for the $200 challenge pack for UPF right now, where they get all of that, they would pay $350. So whenever they say, oh, I don't need a shake, I'm saying it's free anyway. You're not paying for it. In the challenge pack, it is free. Okay, because the challenge packs are so discounted, you're basically getting that for free. If you were to purchase the nutrition plan and Beachbody On Demand by itself, you're going to spend that amount of money anyway. So you may as well have it and have it go against your grocery budget, because it counts as a protein on your meal plan. So you're spending that money whether you realize it or not. So you may as well get a free meal out of this. Okay. And then I also say, try it for a few weeks. I also thought it was stupid. When I started as a coach, I was like, well, this is expensive. Like, I didn't understand anything about coaching when I started, like for real. And I was like, well, there's no way I can afford this. Like when I brand new started, and literally within a week, I was ordering my husband his own challenge pack because he was drinking all of my Shakeology, and we loved it. I saw the value within a week. Okay, people don't understand the value because to them it's a protein shake. To them it tastes nasty. To them there's no reason to drink something when they would rather eat food, right? And sometimes we can't convince them otherwise, except for when you tell them it's free. Do they really say no to that? No. So if someone says, I already have a gym pass, I don't need the workouts, I say, well, do you know what? It's actually free anyway. So on those days you can't make it to the gym, you've got a backup plan, because the challenge pack is discounted, and not just, especially when they say on demand, they're actually saving way more than $100. So I say, you're actually getting like half of the bag of Shakeology for free, plus the workouts for free. Okay, so whenever someone comes up with a price objection, or I don't need this part of the equation, that's the free part of the equation. Does that make sense? Okay, and I have seriously never had someone say, nope, I still don't want it. I'm like, it's free. Like, are they really going to tell you, nope, give me everything a la carte? I am not paying for something that's free. Right? Okay, perfect. Love that. Next objection. Madeline.
Yes. I've been getting a lot of objections about, sorry, I'm making sweet potatoes. About like timing wise, and some of them have been like, oh, well, I'm pregnant, and I'm like, well, we have stuff for pregnancy, and they're just like, no, like maybe afterwards. Like I just keep getting like more and more like, oh, well, it's just not the right time, and I've been trying to address that, but it's really hard to be like, well, I don't know what's going on in our life.
So when they say it's not the right time, what do you tell them?
I usually like try to ask them why it's not the right time. And like with the pregnancy ones, I explain that we have stuff for like during pregnancy, and that we have a lot of coaches that do it during pregnancy, and that'll help after pregnancy. And then we also have the after ones, and they get excited and they're like, oh, well, I'll reach out afterwards because I'll really want to get back after baby. And I like try to explain that like they need to get into it now. If it's just like not good timing and they don't really have a reason, they're just kind of like, oh, I don't know, like I am like kind of doing this other thing. I just like always am like, well, like no timing is better than now. Like I didn't want to start. And I was like, but you know, like if it's really not that great, I have a challenge every month. So like, let me know, I'll check back in with you.
Okay.
And then
that's a big part of the puzzle of why they're not joining. You just gave them an out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, oh, I get it, if it's not a good time, next month I'll check back in. Like I would dig deeper, especially if they don't really have a reason. There's a fear. There's a fear that it won't work for them. There's a fear that it's not going to be worth their money. There's a fear that they'll fail. So usually it's a fear that they disguise in excuses otherwise. Okay, so just dig a little bit deeper. And as far as timing, like I would just be like, tell me more. The more questions you ask, the more they make it blaringly obvious that they want this. They just have fears and excuses and hesitations. So a lot of people with pregnancy, a lot of them will think that this is some sort of fad diet, which we know you're not supposed to go on a diet when you're pregnant, right? So I can guarantee you that immediately they think, I can't do this because it's a diet. They also hear you're not supposed to take supplements while you're pregnant. That's another reason you need to address, like obviously talk to your midwife. What we offer is whole foods. You're actually going to get the nutrition, especially if you feel like crap. Like Shakeology is the one thing that's going to keep you pooping every day. Like, let's be honest. First pregnancy, I pooped every single day, right? So just like dig a little bit deeper, because I guarantee you there's a lot of like, well, I can't work out because I'm pregnant. I wasn't working out before, therefore I can't work out now. So ask more questions. Like when you're like, okay, tell me more. What do you mean by timing? Or tell me more about why you would want to wait until later. Because then you'll be able to address specifically what their frustration is, because it's not pregnancy. I guarantee you it's something else. Like they don't think they can work out. They think it's a diet, or that they can't take the shakes anyway. Okay. Or some people are like, well, I'm not going to see results anyway. Why would I start when I'm pregnant? And that's where you need to address. It isn't just about being bikini fit. Like it really is about pooping every day, having energy, helping to not have freaking pregnancy headaches, like feeling good and being able to recover better because you stayed healthy during pregnancy. Okay. So ask more questions in situations like that. Ask more questions. And then as far as like the out thing, like, oh, I have a group next month. If they're like, no, hard pass, no, like no big deal. I have a group every month. You want me to check back in? Okay. That's a great, like, I mean, if they straight up say, quit talking to me about it, then you do that. But if you're like, oh, but if it's the wrong time, I totally understand. Like there's a difference between worrying that you're being pushy and them actually saying, stop talking to me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There's this confidence. Like I said, that confidence will come, you guys, with experience. A lot of you guys are like a couple weeks into this. Of course, your confidence isn't going to be at the level of someone who's done this for years, but it can quickly grow the more conversation you have and the more objections you have. So instead of looking at objections like a bad thing, I want you to look at them as experience to know how to address the one that comes up again. Okay. Does that help at all, Madeline?
Yeah.
Okay, so when in doubt, ask more questions. Okay? Okay, any other common objections you guys are getting right now?
I just keep getting people who already have coaches or already in challenge groups that are following me. So I'll invite them and they're like, oh, I'm already in a challenge group or I already have a coach. And so I'm like, okay. Is there like a good way to figure out, like, I mean, I don't know. You can't even really see that like on someone's Instagram.
Challengers. So you just wish them well, cheer them on, move on.
Okay.
Okay. That's definitely not something you can address. Just sucky. Okay. What's an objection you guys are getting with coaching when you invite people to coaching?
That they don't understand social media and that they wouldn't be a good coach because they're not ready to put themselves out there.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hold on. You guys are giving me ideas. I got to write this down before I forget. Okay. So, did you understand social media when you started? No? Okay. Did you have a lot of followers when you started?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay. And did you were like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to share all the skeletons in my closet? Okay. So the first thing I would do is relate to them. Like, dude, hi. Yeah, me too. Here's the thing, like social media is something a lot of people don't understand. I see people in other MLMs and I'm like, or even people who have like their own businesses and their groups are freaking private. They're like, hey, will you shout out this? Like I had someone send me earrings. Her group is freaking private, like not even closed. It's private. And I'm like, how do you guys not even understand social media when it's literally your job? Most people don't. And that's not for them to understand before they start. That's the whole point of having a mentor, which would be you and your uplines who understand this, who have put together trainings to teach you that. Like, what job do you get because you're good at it? You never start at CEO like, I'm fresh out of college, I have a degree in business management, therefore I am CEO qualified. Apple, here I come. Like, that's not how it works, right? You get a job to learn it and your skills grow. So I would emphasize like, yeah, me too. I don't understand social media. And as far as like putting yourself out there, they may have I would ask more questions. Like, what do you mean by that? A lot of people may fear the transformation pictures. A lot of them struggle with the idea of sharing themselves because they compare and they like the highlight reel of social media. And I would just emphasize how freeing it is for you, how it's been for you. Like, what are the benefits you've gotten from coaching? So for me, I finally got confidence in myself. And for me to be able to share the real me is freeing because now I'm like, you got nothing. Like, no one can say anything about me that I'm not like, I already admitted that on social media. Like, there is no like perfect version of me and then the real me. Like, I am who I am on social media as I am in real life. So like, you know me, and it's actually very freeing. Besides that, have you ever been shamed or shunned for sharing a transformation picture? It's like the opposite, right? That is the biggest scare for new people is, oh my gosh, I cannot post a before and after picture. And then you do it and you realize, holy crap, there are so many awesome people out there who love me, right? So just share experiences from yourself, okay? Okay. Monica said, time objection. And I have no time to build a business. It's too much work for little money at the beginning. My favorite. So my favorite. Okay, time objection. I totally get feeling like you're busy, feeling like you don't have time. So you're a busy mom of a baby. So what do you say when people say the time objection? I think she's typing. There you go. Perfect. And that's what I would say. And that's how I fitted in at the beginning. I had 4 kids under 7 and a 9-month-old baby when I started. Okay. My husband worked shift work, which meant I was in charge of like putting the kids to bed, like that whole bedtime routine and everything was on me every single night. Okay. So our schedule was a little bit crazy. He worked holidays, he worked anniversaries, he worked birthdays. So yeah, I did it in the cracks as well. Like to me, it was about priorities and seeing that I could change my situation. So you need to relate to them. Like, dude, I totally get it. Like I get being busy, I get being burned out, but I wasn't happy with where I was. For you, I don't want to leave my daughter. I will do whatever it takes to be able to stay home with her. If that means I'm sacrificing sleep, I do it. If that means I sacrifice Netflix time, I do it. If that means I sacrifice social media scrolling time, I do it. So, and that's what I tell people. Like I sacrificed all the time I was spending on Netflix and Facebook. And people have more time during the day than they realize. Like, let's be honest. A lot of us spend a lot of time watching Netflix and scrolling on social media. So just tell them what you've done and tell them how, like, hey, the perks of this business, right? Like how awesome is it that our job is literally to take care of ourselves? I would do this for no money to feel the way I do about myself right now. I mean, I like that I don't have to do it for no money, but I would do it for no money because I'm making myself a priority, right? That's actually one of the reasons I became a coach is I knew it would keep me more accountable to my own journey because I can't tell people, hey, take care of yourself. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on the couch eating potato chips and ice cream, right? So talk to them about the purpose behind being committed, the purpose behind sacrificing some time in the cracks. And yes, it may be stressful, but isn't it also stressful to like have a job you hate? Isn't it stressful to be gone all the time and be so busy you have to fit it in the cracks, right? Anybody will tell you that it is sacrifice to get what you want. And the UK may be different than the US, but there's a lot of people who want to be entrepreneurs and open their own businesses and all of that. And I don't know if that's very common in the UK, very oblivious to other countries. Okay, so that might be a big deal. That might be a big part of it is people don't even see the potential. So you're going to have to get creative with showing them the potential. Yes, you're brand new, but this exercise I'm going to teach you guys is going to help you see how you can object or counteract these objections, okay? So people don't want to work hard. You know what? Honestly, like that is so true. So true here. Those are the people those are not the people you want. Right? Need to ask my husband. That is common. A lot of times that's an excuse. A lot of times that's an easy way out because I don't want to tell you why I really can't do this. So I would just be like, dude, I totally get it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your husband says. And I would check back in. Hey, did you have a chance to chat with your hubby? And a lot of times the truth will come out at that point. Either their husband is really a douche or there's other excuses. And there are actually hubbies that are douches and I don't get it, but whatever. That's more reason to do the business. I would be like, sorry, you're mean. Okay. Nice, Tanya. I don't even remember that, but that's great. See, and that's the other thing I love is when people are like, oh, I did that. I'm like, then it shouldn't surprise you that you guys get the same objections, right? You know the purpose behind those objections are rarely what people say, okay? Okay, so now we have a little activity. I want you guys to look at my paper, okay? I wrote down all of this right before the call. I want you guys to write down a column for coaching, write down nutrition, fitness, and supplements. Okay, these are all aspects of what we offer, right? We offer nutrition, fitness, supplements, and coaching. And what I want you guys to do, we won't do it on here because we have 9 minutes, but I want you guys after this call to write down every single thing you can think of why you love everything in those columns. What you love about the nutrition plan, what you love about the fitness, what you love about the supplements, what you love about coaching. Because all those objections you guys just gave me were somewhere on this list right here. Okay? So when someone says, oh my gosh, I don't have the time, I'm too busy, or like I have to go to work all the time, that's a perk of mine is I was going to get a waitressing job, but I get to stay home with my kids and do this. Okay. So I understand being financially strapped. Okay. So when someone says, I don't have money, I'm like, my mom bought my challenge bag. That's honestly why I did this business, is because I couldn't afford jack crap. My mom was paying us $300 a month just to make our bills. So then I asked her for more money to buy my challenge bag. But do you know what? That was such a huge incentive for me to work this business and not quit. So yeah, I borrowed money. If I had open credit on my credit card, I would have put it on my credit card because I saw how this could change my life. Right? So did that not just relate to a lot of people? Like, dude, I get it. We literally had $150 every 2 weeks for groceries, gas, clothes, anything that was not your regular bills. We had $150 for every 2 weeks for a family of 6. Like, how do you even feed a family on that? I don't know. I have no idea how we did it. I bounced bills really good. Okay. So I get being stuck, and that's why I did this. Okay. Another excuse, but I just don't know that I could do this. I didn't know either, but this taught me to have confidence, and it taught me to have grit. Okay. This is what opened up my eyes to I control everything in my life. Didn't ever feel that way before. We were so victims of everything that happened in our life. Okay. So, hey, can you help her, please? So I want you guys to write down everything, and then I want you guys to take a picture of your list, and I want you to post them. And when someone comes to you and they have an objection, I want you to look at your list and see which of those things you love matches that objection. And you tell them that thing, right? Okay. So the whole, I don't have time, Monica, yours would be, I do this in the cracks of the day. Like, that is a huge blessing. How many jobs can you be like, boss, I will figure this out and I'm going to fit it in when I'm walking to the park with my kids? Like, no, right? But is that not a huge perk? I can do this as my husband's driving the car. Like, I literally can fit this in anywhere. That's a huge perk. Like, literally get so specific. Okay. So for coaching, it changed our entire life. I started out paying my utility and car payment with the income from this. It kept me accountable. I got to meet new people. I found genuine friends. It helped me solve a problem for people. It's fulfilling. I get to travel. It helped me grow mentally. It saved my marriage. It helped me find confidence. It gave me grit. It taught me that I'm limitless. It's a source of recognition. Recognition is something I love. It's a long time with my hubby because we go on all these trips, earned trips. It taught me to put myself first. I was able to retire my hubby. We were able to buy our house. We have a freedom to live anywhere. It taught us patience. I'm in the best shape of my life. Same with my hubby. It brought my hubby friends, not just me. My hubby now has friends. It's like a source of positivity, and it's taught me to be positive. I was very optimistic, then I became a pessimist when I lost myself in motherhood. So it brought back that positivity. There's limitless income. My income has grown each year. I don't care what people think anymore. I'm allowing myself to dream big. I've paid off $11,000 in credit card debt. We paid off my student loans. We've paid off a minivan. I've bought the Suburban. I've saved for 2 houses, the down payments in 1 month time for each house. We've never been able to do that. We paid all cash for all of our vacations for our family ever since we started coaching. We used to have to do credit cards or tax returns. I was able to take my team to Disney. We no longer borrow money from my parents every single month. I'm able to buy my hubby gifts without being like, here's your birthday present from the money that you worked for. Happy birthday. You bought yourself a present. I just really bought it for you with your own money. Like, I hated that. So I was able to buy my hubby gifts. I could buy my kids clothes. We didn't have to do the hand-me-down thing and the hand-me-downs by the time I got to my fourth kid. We were able to buy furniture for our house and not have to have it hand-me-downs. I was able to buy my father-in-law a computer for Christmas, and my parents, we were able to buy them all new like door handles and all that stuff when they remodeled their house. That was a Christmas gift we were able to do. We were able to buy all of our equipment, like our phones and our computers and cameras, with cash. We don't have to leave the kids. My kids can be here while I work, screaming while I do calls. I know firsthand how amazing the company is, so I really don't give a crap what anybody says about the company. I'm like, I don't just take a stranger's opinion. I think it's funny when people like Monica, when your friend, like, I read the reviews, like, you just trust random strangers for info like that? Like, I just think that's kind of funny. Like, okay, weird. But I know firsthand, right? I've been, even my first month as a coach, I saw the amazingness of this company and their mission statement. But Summit is a huge eye-opener for how much this company really does believe in helping people live happy, healthy, fulfilling lives. Like, they genuinely stand behind that. It's super affordable to start. I don't know any company that is like, hey, here's your cost to start, and it's the same as if you were a customer and you literally eat your investment. Like, I couldn't open up any company for that cheap, ever. Okay. So for instance, I have presets, even presets. I spent more to do presets because I have to have a fancy camera. I have to have Lightroom. I have to have Photoshop, and I have to have all of this knowledge of how to take photos. So even my simple presets cost more to invest in than this company did. Okay. I had 100 followers when I started. 100 followers on Facebook and Instagram. In fact, I had purged my Facebook 2 days before and gotten rid of everybody except for family and friends. So then I was friending people again after I had just gotten purged. Okay, so I didn't have following. I didn't understand social media. It taught me how to understand businesses and how to be an entrepreneur. Hey, this is just coaching, you guys. Is there even an objection in there that someone could say that I can't object back? No. So I want you guys to visually see, because in the moment, sometimes we're like, oh crap, I have no idea what to say to them. But if you have it written down and you can visually see it, isn't it going to be a lot easier to come back? First, relate to them. Okay? That's the whole point of this. You understand how they feel, and this is why this is the answer. Okay? Second, ask more questions. Okay, so then I have a nutrition tab, a fitness tab, supplements tab. I'll take a picture and post them for you guys. But let me end really quickly because we're almost at 30 minutes. I want to tell you my conversation flow. Okay? I think I actually did save some script the other night, and maybe I'll share that. But first thing I do when someone expresses interest, they respond to a poll, they say they want more info. First thing out the gate, I message them so excited for them to get this information. Okay, I literally say that. I am so excited to give you this information because this is seriously the best thing I have ever done. Okay, are you installing confidence right there? Yes. Okay, now I'm going to tell them why this is the best thing ever. I give them an overview of a challenge pack. So from the beginning, they go into this not just thinking they're getting workouts, not just thinking they're going to drink 8 shakes a day, and not just thinking that they're going to starve themselves and have a fad diet. Okay, I want them to understand we give them everything, the full solution. Okay, so this is my flow. I cannot wait to give you this information on what I have to offer. This is the best thing I've ever done, and I can't wait for you to be able to do it with me. Okay, when you say something like that, they're already like, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, okay, I can't wait for you to do this with me. Why this is the best thing ever is we give you all the tools to be successful, to live a healthy life. This isn't a fad diet. This isn't you drink 8 shakes a day. This isn't you starve yourself, and this isn't something that you have to work out hours a day either. Okay, so I'm already combating objections right there. Okay, so then I tell them what we do is we bundle everything together. You're gonna get a nutrition plan that actually, okay, a small overview, that actually teaches you how to eat for the rest of your life. Like I said, this is not a fad diet. This is actually going to help you understand nutrition. Second, you're going to get access to all of our workouts for an entire year. You literally can do them anywhere. It's like a streaming service, kind of like Netflix, where you log in and you can see our hundreds of workout programs. You could literally do a workout program a workout every single day and not repeat yourself in an entire year. Okay, I'm getting there, Monica. Then I mention the supplements. Last, you're going to get either our pre and post workout, which are clean and amazing for helping you have better results in the gym, or you can get our superfood whole food shake, which is not a protein shake. Our protein shake is our post workout shake that I just mentioned. Okay, so I'm already objecting the superfood thing. Okay, this is where I've given them an overview, right? So they already expect to get nutrition, fitness, and a supplement. Okay, they're getting a challenge pack. It's not one piece of the puzzle. They get all of it. And I'll even say, like, you can't just work out and have results. A lot of people think that that's where your results come from. They don't. You lose your fat from your nutrition. And this is not something you starve every day and it's a fad diet and then you get to your goal weight and then go back to your old habits and you gain it all back. That's what yo-yo diets are, and this is not that. Okay? And then as far as the supplements, I already kind of mentioned like how it's not a protein shake. Then I say, but first, tell me about your goals. Like, why are you interested in this? Okay, like 99% of the time, they want to lose weight. Okay, how do you lose weight? The nutrition. Okay, they already know they're going to work out. So then when they say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds, I'd like to tone and tighten. My favorite is when people are like, I really don't need to lose weight, but I want to tone my belly or I want to tone my legs. And I'm like, to tone, you have to lose fat on top. Like, you naturally have muscles underneath there. So if you don't see those muscles, even not working out, you're walking, you're bending down, you're standing up, like you will have muscles revealed if you don't need to lose weight. So even when people say they need to tone and tighten, that still comes down to nutrition, you guys. Okay, you could build muscle, but that's different than toning. Toning comes from shredding away the fat on top of the muscle. Does that make sense? Okay, so no matter what they say, the answer is nutrition. So then I say, we have 2 nutrition courses, not plans, not meal plans, not diets. They're 2 nutrition courses. Okay, these courses are they're actually created by dietitians and nutritionists. So they know that they're legit and we're not just willy-nilly and crap, okay? 2 nutrition courses that are created by dietitians and nutritionists that teach you how to understand food so that this is no longer a mystery, so that you no longer are guessing, like, how am I supposed to eat? I don't know. And it's not something that we just tell you, hey, eat these foods and you'll lose weight. It's you understand why you're eating the foods. Okay? That's powerful to people. They don't want something that they're just like, eat this per day. I went to a nutritionist who literally did that, and I'll even tell them this. Who did that? I ate the same freaking meal every day for 10 weeks straight. Literally, all the meals were the same. Didn't teach me anything. Did I get to my goal weight and 18% body fat? Yes. Was I miserable? Yes, because when I stopped paying for him, which was $360 PS at a 50% discount because I did photography work for them. Is your mind blown? $720 for a 10-week nutrition. Okay, is what we offer expensive? Can I pause for a second? Okay, no, okay. When I stopped paying for his service, I did not have any idea how to at all alter the meal plan. It taught me nothing. This is going to teach them nutrition. Okay, so I explain why the nutrition course is amazing. We have 2 different plans. One is structured, tells them exactly how much of each food group to eat per day. Okay, super simple, macro-based, expansive food list, so they're not going to be deprived. It's also going to teach them how to overcome emotional eating and sugar addiction, as well as like how to teach their family to eat this way, and also accounts for treats. Okay. Or we have one that is more flexible and teaches you intuitive eating so you understand how your body responds to food. There is no food off limits. You're going to figure out what your body does with certain foods. Both of these are effective. Both of them address emotional eating. Both of them are healthy lifestyles, okay? Which one do you think you would do better with, the structured one or the more flexible one? Okay, so then they tell me, and then I explain, okay, so now that we know which nutrition plan you want, you get the workouts no matter which nutrition plan you pick. So you're going to get access to all of our workouts, and I cover it again, what they get with On Demand. I cover the shake again, and I ask them, okay, which one would you rather? Would you rather a whole food superfood shake that I look at as a multivitamin that helps with cravings and reduces inflammation, I sleep better, I have more energy, or would you rather something that helps you with your workout? You can even get both if you want, okay? 9 times out of 10, people want something that helps with their cravings. Most people want Shakeology, not the pre and post workout, okay? But I ask them, so now they already have in their head what they're getting, okay? So the flow, really quickly again. I'm super excited for them to get the information, and I can't wait for them to join me. Then I give an overview of why this is amazing, okay? And the overview includes what the challenge pack includes. Then I ask them their goals, okay? Always goes back to nutrition. It does not matter what they say. Because even if they say, I'm actually at a healthy weight, I just want to like tone up, I'm like, okay, a lot of the toning up and being able to maintain muscle mass comes down to nutrition. So let's talk about your food. How are you eating? What does your typical day look like? They eat like poo. People don't know how to eat, okay? Always comes back to nutrition, okay? Then I explain the difference between the 2 nutrition plans and ask them which one they feel they would do better with. I make sure to emphasize both are effective, both will work. Which one do they think would work better for them? Okay, so then am I selling them on just anything? No, they're actually saying, hey, I think this would be better for me. And I'm saying, perfect, let's go with what will work for you. If I was just trying to sell and make a buck, I wouldn't give them options, right? Okay, after the nutrition plan, I then talk to them about the supplement, which shake they feel they would do better with. When giving a brief overview, I tell them what's in Shakeology. You guys know my spill with Shakeology, okay? And then I also will tell them why I love Energize and Recover, and just ask them which one they would rather do. Once again, I'm giving them options. I'm not telling them you're gonna get this and this and this. You don't have any choice. They feel like, okay, this is custom to me. I'm getting exactly what works for me, okay? Then at the very end, after I've given an overview of everything, so the value is through the roof, right? Because they understand everything they're getting in detail. I then tell them, oh, P.S., the packs are on sale, $20 off this month. So you get all of that for only $200. Okay, like, does that really sound like a lot when you explain everything they're getting, you guys? No. And I emphasize the nutrition plan is for life. They have access to it forever. Not like a nutritionist, you go and you get 10 weeks. Like, this is something you literally will have forever. You get the workouts for an entire year, and you get a supplement for 30 days. You get access to my groups forever. Anytime you want to be a part of them, you can be a part of them. I am also available to answer your questions through private messenger anytime. Okay, you guys, does $200 really sound like a lot for all of that? No. Okay, that's going to help combat a lot of the price objections too, when they really understand what they're getting. Not just, you get a nutrition plan and workouts and a shake. Would you like to do this with me? No, I wouldn't. Okay, so does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, did that help you guys understand to how to come back to objections? First, relate. Second, ask questions. You're going to be looking on your lists so you know how to relate to them. Oh, girl, I didn't understand social media either. I had 100 followers. I actually purged my Facebook before. That's why this business is awesome, because we mentor you and we're on a top 10 team, which means we know what we're doing. Okay? That is something you guys can hugely use to your advantage, is that we're on a top 10 team, because that means that the training we have is solid, and you can flat out tell them that too. Okay, last minute questions. Was this helpful?
It was really helpful. I know for me personally, when you first reached out to me, I was concerned about falling in love with the supplements and not being able to afford them afterwards monthly. And you brought up like being a discount coach. well, every time I bring up a discount coach, they're like, well, it's still like, I still can't afford it. And so then I try to bring in the coaching aspect, and then they just shut down on me and they don't want to do it.
Then you go for challenger. Like, you don't go for like, well, you should, if they're hesitant at all about the supplements, like if their goals are like, they need to lose a lot of weight, I flat out tell them the best thing you can do is become a discount coach. Don't freak out. You don't have to do any coaching. My parents are discount coaches. That's going to save you on future supplements. Okay. The reason that is important is, are you going to show up differently when you know that something is going to be taken out every single month? You will. Okay. So depending on their goals, if they have a lot of weight to lose, I will point blank tell them this would be better for you because you're going to show up better. However, you can cancel within the first 30 days with an email form your coach account completely. So if you try them and don't love them, you can cancel. In fact, it takes the same effort to cancel your coach account as it does to cancel your Shakeology HD as a customer. Okay, so when you make sure they understand, like, look, I will help you no matter what, because my goal is to not trap you into this. I want you to be healthy and I want you to get to your goals. And if that means that the shakes aren't for you, I don't care. You're still welcome in my groups. Okay, so when people come back with, I don't know that I'm going to like the shake, I'm like, girlfriend, I said the same thing and was ordering my husband his own shakes a week later. So I recommend you try it for a few weeks. If you love it, we'll set you up for a discount. If you don't, you can cancel your Shakeology HD, but you still have access to the nutrition plan, you still have access to the workouts, and you still have access to my groups. Okay, does that give them confidence that we're in it for their best interest? Yes. So it depends. If I feel like they need the discount, if I feel like they would go for the discount, I will offer it. If I feel like they're skittish, dude, just try it. Just try it because I said the same thing. And you can cancel the HD. It comes out HD no matter what. You can cancel that with a super simple email form. Okay, so just try it and we'll go from there. If you love it, we'll set you up at a discount. If you don't, I'll help you cancel, but you still have access to everything else. And how their nutrition is. Okay, Hannah says, so once I start asking them their goals and how their nutrition is so we can figure out a pack for them, that is when they stop responding to me. Is there a follow-up to do that has worked for you to get them to respond? Okay, I'm wondering what you're saying because that is really odd that they're just like, oh, I totally want to do this, ghosting. Like there might be something in your language that is scaring them off. Okay, so send me an example of what you're saying to them. Because it may be that you're not adding enough value beforehand. Like I remember how I tell them everything. Are you doing that? Are you telling them why this is the answer to their problem before you even ask them about their goals? Okay, that's most likely it because they instantly think you're going for the sell. They need to know why they need this first. How is this going to be the answer to their problem? Right? Then when you ask their goals, they're like, okay, I can see how this is the answer to my problem, not whoa, she already is like trying to sell me on something. Like you're relating to them, you're excited for them, and this is why this is the answer to their problem. Everybody needs help with nutrition. Everybody should be working out, and these supplements are freaking bomb, right? Then ask their question, the question of their goals. Okay? See if that changes anything, because that's a huge thing for me is I go into it with such confidence that they're like, this is the answer. This is the answer to my problem.
Right. So is there any way to recover after that?
I would just message them back and just say, hey girl, I know that we were chatting and I cannot wait. I would then go into the spill. I cannot wait to help you get to your goals. And I'm really excited because this will be the answer to everything. We're going to da, 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 da. I would just kind of recover that way. You could even say, you know, maybe I didn't explain it really well. Just be honest. Maybe I didn't explain really well why this is the best thing ever. And I want you to understand what you get if you decide to do this with me. Okay? They're deciding. So having confidence, making sure that like, dude, we're not here to make anybody do crap they don't want to do because they're going to suck as challengers and coaches if they really don't want to do this. Like we don't want people who don't want to do this. So when you have that confidence, people are like, dang, I must need what she needs. I want to do this. It's not dude, she's desperate. She needs a sell. Do you know what I mean? Okay. And of course we have these metrics and benchmarks we want to meet. And so there's that pressure, but you have to remember, are you doing this to really make a sell? Or are you doing this to change people's lives, including your own? Right? Do you believe in what we have to offer? And that's where This should be a book of proof to you that this isn't about making a sell, right? There's way more benefits to this, you guys, and this isn't all income. That's my biggest thing too. When you guys talk about coaching, new coaches are always like, but I don't have income to show. I'm like, dude, that is like such a tiny part of why I'm a coach, right? This whole list is huge. It takes up 2 columns on 1 page, all about coaching, and there's maybe 10 things that have to do with income. Okay, so when you guys write down visually, you're going to see that this isn't about making a sell. This is a whole lot of problems that's solved for you, right? Every single one of these is a problem that was solved. So let me show you my list for like nutrition and stuff. Nutrition, the problem, I didn't understand food. I could not make a lifestyle. I was starving myself. So lifestyle. The problem it solved was yo-yo diets. Understanding food groups and understanding food. I had no idea how to understand food at all. I thought carbs were the enemy. I thought you had to starve yourself. I thought calories were like all that mattered, right? That's the problem. The solution is I understand food groups. Food is no longer a mystery to me. Like I seriously used to be terrified of food. What's the problem? Food terrified me. Food was the enemy. Is that true? No. Okay. Another problem. I didn't understand portions. I didn't know the correct portions. The freaking food pyramid is very off. So bad. But what we're taught is not correct. So I didn't understand anything, right? I didn't understand portions. That was the problem. I now understand portions. I thought treats and sugar was like, you have it, you're screwed. Like you may as well just quit forever, right? No. So now I know how to have treats. I know how to account for them, and I know how to like have a good mindset about it. It's a treat. It's not the end of the freaking world. Okay. Another problem was that food was the enemy. Like food made you fat, and to really be fit, you had to be miserable and starve. Is that the truth? No, that's the problem. The solution is food isn't the enemy. I need to understand food. I need to understand how to fuel my body so that it runs correctly. I didn't know how my body worked. I didn't know what food it responded well to. In fact, you guys, I had migraines so bad. Up until I started coaching, I had them at least once a week, if not 2 to 3 times a week, like debilitating. Like I had to come down and live with my parents for a few weeks when I was pregnant with my 3rd because I had migraines so bad my husband couldn't go to work because I couldn't care for my kids. Okay, guess what they were all related to? Nutrition. As soon as I started doing this, I was able to find the food triggers that triggered my migraines. Never in the 20 years of having migraines did I ever know any of that information. I didn't know any of that. So I actually learned my body. My migraines are very rare. Very rare now. I do get them, but a lot of times it's that my neck is out of alignment, which I learned because of coaching. Okay. I don't feel deprived. How many people felt deprived when they tried to lose weight? That's a problem, right? So I don't feel deprived. There's the solution. I didn't know how to maintain, right? I had this like, you starve yourself to lose weight, but then what? Then what? Do I have to seriously starve for the rest of my life? Right? Solution is I know how to maintain. Okay. It's expensive to feed your family, right? It's expensive to eat healthy. Wrong. It's actually saved us money on our grocery budget by doing this. We save way more money because we're intentional, and it actually is cheaper to buy foods that aren't processed because they're more nutritious and filling. So when people think it's expensive, I'm like, no, girlfriend, you just spent $8 on marshmallow mateys, and that bag's going to be gone in 2 days. I could buy a can of oatmeal that's $1 and it would last us a week. So definitely like fix that problem of food is expensive. Meals are no longer complicated, right? How many people are like, I don't know what to feed my family. Give me your best casserole recipes. What are you guys feeding your family? Meals are simple now. The problem was it was exhausting to think of meals every single day to feed my family because I was complicating them. Meals are simple now. Meals are actually a lot faster now because I'm eating in food groups. It doesn't take 45 minutes to prep and 45 minutes to cook. It's simple food groups. Okay, are you guys understanding? Like all these objections, all of these things on my list of what I love about it are solutions to problems that people have. This list should also give you a whole heck of a lot of ideas for posts. Okay? The best thing you guys can do is publicly make aware the objections you're getting in private. Not like, I've had so many people tell me that they can't afford this, and so now I'm going to tell you why you can. Like, no, you're just going to talk about your story and how this has saved you money or whatever that objection is. Okay? Okay, was this helpful? Do you guys feel like you kind of have more of an idea of how to navigate a conversation now? We're all getting objections. In fact, I get objections every time I talk to someone, but I have a solution from my list of how to object that objection, okay? The other thing, you guys, when I was in Hawaii, Micah was like sending out invites for a group. You guys should have seen how many no's she got. I was like, will you please post that? Because I think people think you're a magical unicorn. Like, she literally had maybe 1 or 2 responses for 50 no's. This is Micah, okay? She's not a unicorn. We all have no's. We just don't let them derail us and deflate us. Because there are people out there who want this. And 9 times out of 10, those people come around months later. How many of you guys signed up with me the first time you talked to me? Not the first time? Okay, so why do we get butthurt when our people don't sign up with us the first time? Did you sign up the first time? Was it months later for most of you? Tanya, maybe 2 years? Okay, you guys. Hannah, did you say 3 years? Yeah, see you guys. Now, are you butthurt? You on this call. But what if you aren't here in 2 years? What if you aren't here in 3 years? Okay, you're going to get no's. And I get that there's stress and pressure because we want to help people. We want to meet these metrics. We want to grow our business. It will happen the more consistent and confident you are. Okay, if you get butthurt every time you have a no, this business is going to be very hard and not fulfilling. You have to realize they're not ready. It's okay. You find your people. And when you get that one challenger, you're going to be like, yes! And it's exciting and it's a confidence builder and you keep the ball rolling, okay? The biggest thing you can do right now too, you guys, is to post about coaching. You write down that list of every reason why you love coaching, and you need to be posting about coaching twice a week. Twice a week. There needs to be a, this is why I love this. At least mention coaching somewhere in there. People don't know what you're doing if you don't talk about it. Okay. How do we invite people who are not following us or liking, etc.? So like I was saying so I was talking to Monica privately. She was saying she has people who, like, she's not getting a lot of follow backs. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. Like, you guys, you find your people and you add them to a collection and you build the relationship with them, whether they're following you back or not. If they're like, seriously, you're like, dude, dream team person, and you really like them, keep building that relationship, even if they're not following you. Because they eventually will probably follow you back. If they see you enough and you're happy and positive and kind, they will most likely follow you back eventually. Okay, so my whole thing is, like, you don't necessarily need to invite them. Like, it wouldn't be immediately, especially like if you're just chatting back and forth on their posts. If you're messaging back and forth and you have a friendship and they're still not following you, that's okay. You can invite them that way. But I would focus on just building relationships, you guys. Like, everybody gets stuck on, I have no one to invite, which is down here. Like, you have to broaden the top of the funnel. Like, you need to be talking to a lot of people. Do you guys remember the 1 in 10 stat? It's literally true in every area of life. People, my favorite is the MLM example. People are like, only the top so percent make money. Yeah, it's because only the top so percent do the freaking work, right? It's the same with this. 1 in 10 people you talk to will be interested. 1 in 10 people interested will purchase. So do you see how, like, that funnel has got to be huge at the top? The easier way to invite people, you guys, is to add so much value that they reach out to you. The more value you add, the more vulnerable you are, the more you put yourself out there, the more they feel like they know you, the more you're going to be the solution to their problem. But you've got to be talking about their problem for them to realize that you're the solution, right? So I honestly would rather be vulnerable any day of the week and talk about like all the things that no one wants to talk about, because it builds trust and credibility with people. And I have people reach out to me way more than I have to reach out to people, because that just works for me, and I'd rather do attraction marketing. So if you're like, ugh, I have no one else to invite, I don't know what to do, A, up your connections, B, check your content. Like, are you the solution to people's problems? Are you relating enough to them? Are you putting out enough information that they're like, that is me? She is describing me right now. Or is it very vague, like 21-day results, just completed a program, I feel so good. Good for you. I saw those before I became a coach, and I thought there's no way I could do that. It wasn't until I saw consistency in Micah, or she would say things in posts like, dude, this was hard, but I stuck to it, and look at my results. Or thank goodness I know how to freaking eat because of this. Or, you know, I get that it's hard to be a mom and find time for yourself. Oh no. Frozen. Oh dear. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So I get being a mom, being busy and not being able to feel like you can make time for yourself. I get mom guilt. I get this. Like, those are the things that people can relate to. It's not the, I'm so proud of me, I did 21 days and look at my results, because that looks impossible to them. They don't know what you put into it. They don't know your struggles, okay? So share your struggles. The more you do that, you need to be. Oh, this is fun. Hey, you guys, you're not on the internet, right? You sure? Okay, well. Oh my gosh. Okay, we can be done. I keep freezing. Basically, what I was saying is make sure that you guys are posting in public these objections too. The more value that you add, the more people understand the work and the hustle and the fears and all that you have, the easier it is for them to reach out to you. Okay? Okay. Love you guys. That was longer than 30 minutes. Shocker. But hopefully it helps you guys. I will post the recording. When I post the recording, make sure you guys go and comment your favorite takeaway so that you guys can stay in the group. Tomorrow, post your trackers. I'm seriously so proud of you guys. Like, you guys are killing it. Like, I'm so proud of you guys. So we will see you next Wednesday. But yeah, make sure you comment on this and post your trackers, okay? Okay.